think the taxes and market volatility come into play the most.
Mhm.
And healthcare is pretty much taken care of. And that's where I want to first start off with this. If you have problems with healthcare or long-term care, I have a full team. I keep that team in my office. Okay. My secretary, as well as some other teammates that I have, some colleagues in here, are certified and specialists in those specific, in those specific studies. So if you have problems with maybe some Medicare or some healthcare issues or some prescription drug plans, you can call us about that too. Okay. We're here for the full plan. Those things affect your finances too. But the one thing that I hear the most of is taxes and market volatility. And with the market volatility, everyone wants to ask, well, David, how do I plan how volatile I should be or what my risk should be? Again, if you split growth and income, right, and you took care of your income, you'd be fine. But people don't do that. So market volatility pops up so much in their mind because they don't want to just say, hey, no advisor wants to just say, hey, let's plan the income first. Market volatility doesn't matter if you're not touching the money, right? So everybody's always worried about market volatility, but if you're not distributing the cash out, you're going to compound either way. You're looking long-term. The stock market's not meant for short-term, folks. So stop playing it for the short term. You're in retirement. Stop playing the stock market for money that you're going to use. It's just, no, say it with me because I think people out there are kind of ridiculous. You're going to do the same thing that you've been doing your entire life for long-term growth. You're going to stay in the stock market and you're going to withdraw money out of it. Say it to yourself. It doesn't make any dang sense.
No.
So stop letting the advisors and the companies tell you that it does. Do your own math. It's not hard. Look at yourself 40 years ago, putting money in the market. Look at yourself now, taking money out. Should you be in the same dang place that you were 40 years ago? And tell yourself that. And then come to me and ask the questions. It's not that hard. You folks are smart. You've worked your entire lives for your money, right? Now just wake up and smell the roses. Just smell them. Hey, my advisor is not there for me. Okay. And if they are, great. Awesome. There's not a lot of them out there, so keep them. Okay. I won't lie to you there. There are not a lot out there. And if you have a really, really good one that is doing what I'm telling you to do, stay with them. He's doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's splitting up growth and income. Growth. Now, income is not in the market. So don't tell me that he's doing that for you and the income is still in the market. That's not how we do it here. Okay. It's not going to work like that. But
the second thing, David, I don't want to cut you off, but people always talk about how or they say this, I guess it's kind of a cliche. If you're the same person that you were 10 years ago, then you really haven't lived life to its fullest and you are doing yourself a disservice. So I wonder, to your point, why do people rely so much on advice when it comes to their finances, advice when it comes to retirement from what may have worked 40, 30, 20 years ago? And why don't they update their internal brain, that internal computer, so to speak, to get up with the times on how to plan for a proper retirement right now in the year 2026?
Because it's not their profession, Jim. And it's to the point where education on financials are very, very hard. Right. And if you don't know how to do it the right way with clients, it can be very, very confusing. And sadly, corporations are taking that advantage to use those, let's just say, confusing topics to confuse people out there, to make people not want to know. They'll say random words out of the blue, and all of a sudden the client's like, I don't want a part of it. You got it, man. You got it. Right? I mean, I hear all the time. So I know it happens. And that's just not how it should be. You should be able to kind of pull it down and make it simpler for the client to understand, to educate them, at least on the important stuff, not the crazy stuff in the background of what you're investing in for risk and what companies are what. No, not that, but the basics of retirement, the goals of income, the goals of growth and what it means to maximize growth and not being, not to distribute when you're growing is super important. But I mean, then again, though, I mean, not many advisors have the mathematical background like I do. So I think differently, and I do things differently, Jim. And that's why I think that I'm making an impact right now, especially in my area, on a lot of people that have their money that are looking to retire and that have been with advisors that maybe haven't did that for them. Okay. And it's super, super important. And the other thing is taxes, right? I see so many advisors out there that are putting people's money and taking people's money out of the wrong, products, because it's just, or
Very
Roth
dangerous.
conversions when they're in the highest tax bracket. It makes no sense.
Very dangerous too.
I mean, I wish I could do the numbers for Roth conversion. I wish I could literally just say, hey, look, okay, $10,000. Let's say you pay 20% in taxes. Okay, $8,000. If I compounded that 8,000 and made it double into 16 grand in 10 years, did the same thing with the 10,000. Okay, to 20 grand. And I took 20% off 20 grand. It's only 4,000. They both end up being $16,000. What's the dang difference? What's the difference, folks? Nothing. It's just to tie your money up. Okay. So now Roth conversions, don't get me wrong, there are places for them. I do it myself. I'm young. I can, right? I'm not able to, invest heavily in a Roth IRA. Okay. So people have to understand there's situational awareness, and everything is not for everyone. And for you listeners out there, that's what you're getting taught. That's what the advisors that are managing your money are being taught, is you're in the same class as everyone else is. When you were in school, were you in the same A-level class as everyone else? Or when you got better at each class, were you put up in the honors class? There's your answer right there. Okay? Don't let the corporations control where the money is for everyone. Okay? Do it for yourself. Beat the system, as I like to say. Beat the system. Okay? Do it for yourself. Make sure that you're on the right track. Split up growth and income. Take care of your income first, then maximize your growth. Make sure that you can be fully aggressive with the money that you have in the market, because that's the point of the stock market, is to be aggressive. I love making clients money. I love trading. I love it. I love being able to, use models and capitalize on gains in certain aspects. I absolutely love it. One of my favorite things, I think, in the entire world is to do that. And I've loved it since I was 18 years old. But at the same time, I know not to do that with clients' money that is supposed to be taken out for income. That money should not be in the market. The market is for growth. The market is not for income. So again, if there's one message on here for everybody out there that are looking to retire, right? If you're 5 years pre-retiring, you're looking, David, where do I put my money at? What do I do with it? And trust me, I love growing money, and I love being in the market. But you have to understand how much you personally, and not what everyone else, specifically you, should have in the market. Not the guy next to you, right? Not as much as the wealth insurance, the wealth company says to, or, whatever ABC corporation. Okay. Right. How much you need in the market. Not what I think, not what Jim thinks, not what the corporation, what you, after your plan is set, then you look at how much is in the market. And that's what people don't do nowadays, Jim. And I'm hoping that we're creating an impact, and I know we are. So I get passionate about this, Jim, but I mean, we've got a lot of callers. We got a lot of people that are coming in, meeting me and wanting to, to set an appointment and wanting to kind of get their funds transferred. And I love making that impact and helping.